Blame it all on my roots. I showed up in boots and ruined your black tie fair. What's going on, Jerome's Beautiful Friday? Minnesota Vikings 3-0, looking to move to 4-0 at the expense of the greasy grimy Green Bay Packers on Sunday. And this team thus far, it's very early, obviously, and you don't win a Super Bowl in September. Also, the Vikings have never won a Super Bowl in February either. Although I guess it was January back in the day. Like 14-game season. Anyways, but Vikings have looked pretty damn good in the NFC. Defense is fun, fast, and furious, flying around all over the place. Ooh, Fast and Furious? No. I think this is going to be a season-long thing. Trying to come up with a nickname for this defense. I'm not in love with any of them, right? The Purple Haze, like, it's aight, but I feel like we could do better. We just haven't found the perfect one yet. Slinging Sam Darnold having that career resurrected. All right, Justin freaking Jefferson is still him. Aaron Jones, a revenge game against the Packers this weekend, as well as Kevin O'Connell, Brian Flores, absolutely dialed in. So long story longer. So as we like to point out, when the national media jabroni haircuts don't give the Vikings the time of day, it isn't so much for our benefit, right? Because we Vikings fans, we're used to the media hating on the Vikings. And we've tried to pick through the entomology of this, where going back to the Vikings losing 4 Super Bowls in 8 years, they were the OG Buffalo Bills. And it was like, oh, hey, if you're a sports writer, you're just like, oh, you failed, just like the Vikings, blah, blah, blah. And that has carried over from decade to decade, generation to generation, and it's still a thing, right? And it will still be a thing until the Vikings actually win a Super Bowl. But the national media just actually giving the Vikings the time of day and a little bit of respect, it makes me feel itchy. I don't know if I like it or not, but Kevin Patra, noted Lions fan and noted Vikings hater over at NFL.com, fact or fiction, blah, 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 blah. And for the Vikings, bah. Also, so I left the ad in here because initially it started out as a bit, but I think it's legitimate. Every single article or piece that talks about the Vikings, during the Vikings section, they insert the ad. I don't know, man. I think I'm onto something here. But number 7, the Vikings are the best team in the NFC. I went back and forth on what I believe about the 2024 Minnesota Vikings. Are they a 3-0 team with the top defense in the NFL under Brian Flores, who confounds the likes of C.J. Stroud and into one of the worst days of his NFL career? Also, hey, what about Brock Purdy? Are they a dangerous club with the best wide receiver in the game and an offensive mastermind who can draw up open targets like Bob Ross painting forest landscapes? Ooh. That's a good meme idea. Kevin Patra, Bob Ross. Are they a mirage, a Minneapolis oasis bound to freeze over once Sam Darnold turns back into a pumpkin at or around Halloween? Darnold Tober, or Sam Tober. Will Flores' defense fall off a cliff like it did after attrition hit late last season? Hopefully not. Don't you put that evil on my Ricky Bobby. This statement could get me burned in less than 2 weeks, but right now, yes, I believe it's a fact that the Minnesota Vikings are the best team in the NFC. It pains him to say it, doesn't it? It does. This is what I said. Niners and Lions are banged up, something fierce. Oh, okay, because the Vikings, no credit for beating the Niners because they were banged up. The Packers have won 2 games with a backup quarterback, but the teams they beat have a total of 1 victory. Thank you. This is the... I feel like no one addresses the Packers' congratulations beat the Colts and the Titans. Like, no one mentions that. The Seahawks haven't played a winning team. Oh, yeah, that too. Minor details. I don't yet fully trust Dennis Allen's Saints. Washington is still growing and showing. The Buccaneers got throttled by Denver at home. And who knows what's going on with Nick Sirianni's Eagles. I still think that Sirianni could be the first head coach fired. Meanwhile, Minnesota has rolled early. The Vikings' 3 victories include a blowout road win. Good teams usually trounce bad ones on the road. A win over San Francisco as a burp, in which the Vikings led by 13 entering the 4th quarter. And a dunking on the AFC South darling Texans. I trust this coaching staff more than most. We know Kevin O'Connell can dial up a game plan. The Vikings were on their way to the playoffs last season before Kirk Cousins went down, and they still kept things interesting for a few more weeks before they lost 6 out of the last 7, which is tough. But I still stand by this, and I will go to my grave. Like, the last words that I utter upon this earth, when I'm a very old man, warm in my sleeping pod, surrounded by my children and grandchildren and robot children, it's going to be... I don't know why I'm on action. The Vikings would have made the playoffs in 2023 if Kirk Cousins didn't blow it his Achilles on the stupid Lambeau Field turf. That's it. Vikings win the division last year. if Kurt stays healthy. Anyways, went down. They kept things. Flores has mastered the art of getting into the head of the opposing quarterback. Oh, I'm in your head, Werder. While the focus was on the team's moves at quarterback, not enough was made about the offseason additions to Minnesota's defense. Does anyone outside of Houston watch Jonathan Grenard play last year? He was sensational. He's had a game with the Vikings, 3 sacks, leading the team in pressures. Despite coming off an injury, Andrew Van Ginkel has the where the bleep did that guy come from play mastered. Yes he has. Stephon Gilmore has been a stabilizing force in the secondary. Also, big props to Shaq Griffin as well. Both the Shaq and Gilly. Yeah, they've been playing fantastic. I'm still not. Also, Blake Cashman outside. How about that? Has been great. I'm still not sure if I trust Sam Darnold when he's under pressure. Well, which quarterback do you trust under pressure? But he's done well so far to play within the offense. Also, hold on. Sam Darnold has been under pressure. He's the 5th most pressured quarterback in the league. Right, the offensive line needs to get their ish together. My trust in Kevin O'Connell outweighs a trepidation regarding the former number 3 overall pick. So, Sam Darnold, the FU revenge tour continues. And for Vikings on offense, right now through 3 weeks, they're 3rd in the league in points scored with 85, 1st in passing touchdowns. Oh, by Sam Darnold, by the way. He had 4 against the Texans and their allegedly great defense, although I still respect the Texans. The 3rd on 3rd down in the league. They're 7th in red zone, and they're number 2 in PFF offensive grade behind only the Niners, which, I don't know. I feel like the Niners offense wasn't great week 2. Actually, it was okay. In terms of the defense, 30 points allowed, 2nd best in the league. They're 3rd in turnovers, 5th in only allowing 2 passing touchdowns, 3rd in only 3.6 yards per carry, which is good, pretty damn good. 10th on 3rd down, 7th in the red zone, 8th in PFF grade, 1st, numero uno, in DVOA at negative 38.2, which is also good. No big deal. But like we said, who scares you? Who scares you right meow in the NFC? The Cowboys, who just beat the Giants on Thursday Night Football. Congratulations. No. Seahawks, like Patra mentioned, haven't played a winning team as of yet. Saints, no. Commies, I feel like Jaden Daniels could single-handedly drag this team into relevance. Pride of Skull SU. The Buccaneers, no. Eagles, no. Lions, no. I feel like Jared Goff and Ben Johnson are getting exposed. I think the league is honestly caught up to him. I mean, last year the Lions were supposed to win the Super Bowl. If they were able to hold on against San Francisco, I think that they put the bang thing on Mahomes and the Chiefs. I really do. I really do. And not that should haunt Lions fans at all. No. Packers, no. Going to prove it on Sunday. And everyone else, no. So I do agree with the assertion that, yeah, I mean, the Vikings probably are the team to beat right now in the NFC, but it's still early. Like we said, you can't win a Super Bowl in September, but as we roll into Samtober and Samvember and Samsember and Samuary and Sebuary. Darnold, but 1 week at a time. Now take care of your business against the Packers. Beat the living bejesus out of Aaron Rodgers, Bird Bones, and the Jets over in London, and then get to the bye, flying high, then everything else will take care of itself. That's right, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Kevin Patra of NFL.com. Vikings are the best team in the NFC. Fact. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, his thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.